Hi, everybody. Welcome back, and it's time for today's comedian. Now, he comes from Lynn, Massachusetts. Put your hands together for Danny Gill.
So nice to be here. Thank you very much. New state law just started this week. Can't text and drive anymore. I can't even walk and text. I'm walking downtown Boston. I'm texting away. I take a step off the curb. I hear the screech of brakes and a loud voice going, "Hey, buddy, get your head out of your Hey, leave me alone. I'm practicing to be president of the United States." Don't mean to pick on President Obama, but the economy, it ruins all presidents. He recently said about the economy, "The worst is behind us." I said, "Hey, I hope it's wearing a condom." Feeling great this week. I just had another birthday. I won't tell you how old I am. All I'll say is if an older woman were to come on to me, should be no cougar, should be a saber-tooth. Had my annual physical. Doc comes out, goes, "Blood works great, heart rate's fine. We're just a little concerned with your bone density." I said, "Hey, no problem, Doc, I'll roll them thinner." Love being around Boston. Grew up in Boston, come from a typical Irish Catholic family. My parents, they practiced the rhythm method. They had 7 kids. They only had sex when the radio was on. My mother wouldn't be proud if I was smoking a bone today. But you gotta be careful. In this state, it's only a $100 fine, but you get in trouble. It's embarrassing. Look at Michael Phelps, 8 gold medals. He's at a party. He's taking an Olympic-sized hit out of an Olympic-sized bong. A picture is taken, released to the internet. He's suspended from swimming, and Kellogg's drops him as a spokesperson. What were they thinking? If they only knew how many boxes of cereal get polished off after a few bones. You ought to take the picture of him huffing on that bong, throw it on a box of Wheaties, throw a little toy bong inside. I don't know, my mother would be proud of me today. My mother, God rest, 7 children. She had 7 kids in 10 years, which we thought was outstanding. Till years later, we found out my father had 9 and 5. There's a common misconception that when you come from a large family, you somehow learn how to share. You learn how to hoard. I was the first kid on my block who had a safety deposit box for his Halloween candy. Growing up Catholic, I always wondered what Michael Jackson would sound like in the confessional.
"Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I've been sharing my bed with busloads of little boys."
Hey, you come here to confess, you come here to brag. Catholic Church, though, is always against something. They're against gay marriage. I say, why? Live and let live. Gays, lesbians, they permeate all factions of society. They're everywhere. Even over in Jamaica Plain, they got what they call gay Spanish theater. They even do Shakespeare. This month they're doing Romeo and Julio. Well, maybe these jokes would be funnier if I was smarter. I recently saw on the internet that children who were breastfed are more intelligent, better adapted, they do better in life. I was all excited. I says, "Ma, was I breastfed?" She goes, "What do you think, stupid?" I was a child of the 50s. All we had was formula and lead paint, and I would have had an advantage over most kids because I had a lactating mother for well over a decade. For all I know, I was just a few mouthfuls of mama's milk away from getting into Harvard. And where would you be without your mother? My mother, she's 83 years old, lives right over here in Medford. The only problem is, when you call the house, unless the phone is directly in her lap, she never answers. So for her birthday, I got her a cell phone with a Bluetooth headset. I figured as long as she's within 30 feet of the phone, instant mom. I wrap up the Bluetooth, she opens it up in front of the whole thing, goes, "What kind of a son gives his mother one earring?" So I explain how it works. Everything's fantastic. The next day I make 3 or 4 phone calls, no answer. I get this call from my know-it-all sister. "You stupid s***head. I told you not to get that Bluetooth. Ma's home. She's alone. She's hearing voices. She thinks the house is haunted." I said, "I got to use this to my advantage."
"Hello, Mrs. Gill. This is God."
You've raised an ungrateful brood of children. They're circling your house like buzzards. They can't wait till you come up and visit me except your son, Danny. His health and salvation is your only thought. Change the will. Leave everything to Danny.
And that's my time. Back to your host, Mr. Steve Katsos.
Thank you, Danny Gill. We'll be right back with him right after this.